Hello friends, Sat Sri Akal. In this video, we will be visiting some parts of Western as well as Central India. And during this, we will be passing through states like Haryana, Delhi, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra. During this trip, I was accompanied by my wife, Mrs. Harpreet Kaur, my friend, Mr. Harbans Singh Sekhu, and his wife, Mrs. Sukhjeet Kaur. But if you have not subscribed to my channel, Grandpa on Wheels so far, please subscribe to it now. During this trip, we covered a total distance of 4,100 km in a span of 12 days. We started from Ludhiana at 7:15 am, reached Mathura via Delhi-Agra road, from where we turned right and reached Parthpur in Rajasthan by about 5 pm after covering a distance of 550 kilometers. After staying for the night at a hotel there, we visited the world-famous Kaladev Bird Sanctuary early next morning, where we saw a great number of birds, including some migratory ones also. We left Parthpur at 10:30 am and entered Madhya Pradesh and soon crossed the river Chambal and its adjoining ravines, notorious for their quiets in the old days. By noon, we were at Gwalior, where we visited the fort and the Gurdwara Bandi Chhod, connected with Guru Hargobind Ji, the sixth master of the Sikhs, and had langar at that place. Seeing beautiful old buildings like Veer Singh Palace at Datia and witnessing a wonderful sunset over the river Betwa near Chansi, we reached Mohoba for the night halt. Next day, by noon, we reached the ancient temples of Khajuraho, which are known for their wonderful sculpturing, and spent a couple of hours watching and enjoying these very beautiful temples and the pieces of art sculptured upon them. By evening, we had reached the Panna Tiger Reserve, and before checking in at a resort, had booked our tickets for the early morning Jeep Safari. During this 4.5-hour safari, we saw many types of animals, including deer, boars, crocodile, and many birds. But the main attraction was sighting of a young tigress, which we could view very closely just along our gypsy for about 3 or 4 minutes. Just across Panna is the small yet very beautiful Pandav waterfall and the adjoining caves, which was a favorite hunting place of the royalty in the old days. On the 4th day of this trip, by late evening, we had reached Jabalpur and found a hotel near Beda Ghat for a night halt. Early next morning, first we visited the famous Marble Rocks and had a boat ride in the river Narmada, and later visited the very beautiful Tumatar waterfalls. After Jabalpur, we crossed by the Pench Tiger Reserve and stayed for the night at Yavatmal. Next day, we reached Nanded in Maharashtra and stayed at Gurdwara Sachkhand, Sri Hazur Sahib, connected with Guru Gobind Singh Ji for 2 days, and also visited all the other Gurdwaras around it in Nanded. After leaving Nanded at 8:30 am, by noon we were at the Lonar Lake, which was formed by a meteorite hit about 4.5 lakh years back and is the only lake of its kind in the whole of Asia. Going ahead from there, we reached Aurangabad by evening. Next morning, we visited the very famous Ellora caves, which are 34 in number, consisting of caves related with Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain religions. Just near the Ellora caves is the fort of Daulatabad on a high hill, which Muhammad Tughlaq had made his capital and shifted everything from Delhi to this place. At Aurangabad, we also visited the tomb of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb Alamgir, who had died after receiving Guru Gobind Singh's letter to him named Zafarnama, and also visited the Gurdwara made at the place where Bhai Daya Singh had stayed when he had come to deliver the Zafarnama to Aurangzeb. By the evening, we reached Shirdi and visited the Samadhi of Sai Baba, and next day, leaving early from there, we stopped for the night at Mandsaur, from where we entered Rajasthan. On the 11th day of our trip, at noon, we reached the fort of Chittorgarh, famous for the palace of the beautiful Queen Padmavati and also for the temple of Mirabai, along with the magnificent tower Vijay Stambh or the Victory Tower. In the evening, we reached Ajmer and visited the very sacred shrine, the Dargah Sharif of Khwaja Mainuddin Chishti, the Sufi saint of the 13th century. After that, we stopped for the last night of our trip at a wayside hotel before Jaipur, and next day, by evening, we reached Ludhiana. I will be loading separate videos of the places visited during this trip one by one in the coming days.